Happy Monday. I've already made one attempt to create your 5-minute navigation video, and it was just short of 10 minutes, so I'm doing this again. I am on the landing page where you will find yourself when you click on this course for Blackboard, and I just want to show you quickly that I have updated the syllabus just a tiny bit more. The syllabus was not ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, compliant, so I made some pretty minor changes to it, but one of the changes that you might notice is that there are headings in the word formatting ribbon, which is one way that you can make a document easier for people with screen readers or simply for people with organizational issues like I have to read the document more easily. I added some bullet points into the different assignments, and as I was doing that, I noticed that there is a little bit of confusion about the assignments for the class, which mystifies me because I used the Blackboard Day Organizer and I printed out a copy. Long story short, I have ADD, which was untreated and unmedicated until I recovered from cancer and chemotherapy, and that made it much worse. And I also have dyslexia, which my mother didn't want me to know because she didn't want me to feel silly or stupid. So, long story short, um, sorry about the due date confusion. I tried really hard and I thought I had it all fixed, and it is a thorn in my side. But the syllabus does have somewhat correct dates. I looked at the survey that you were all kind enough to do, I think, and I saw that some of you do your work on a day-to-day basis and others do it when you have days off or whenever you can find the time. So the due dates are recommendations to help you structure your life the best you can, but I do not penalize people for missing due dates, for doing things early, for doing things late, whatever. Number one reason for that, because I don't know what day it is and the due dates are a mystery to me. But the number two reason, because I do want you to have that flexibility so that you can succeed with your work. So thank you for doing the survey. I will add the extra credit. I imagine you navigating the class primarily through the daily work sidebar right here. And there are a couple of updates to the daily work. I tried to put the right dates on the folders and also put everything in the correct folder. I can't make any promises. And in the daily work folder, there is also a folder about the first critical response paper. June 14th, I'm pretty sure, is Sunday night. I just make things due on Sunday night because my children actually go to work on, they don't go to work. They go to school on Monday morning, and therefore I can grade them. If I made things due on Friday, that would just be ridiculous because my children would burn down the house if I tried to grade papers. So there is a sample paper. It is much longer than 500 words, but it's just to give you an example of how to define disability studies or to use evidence from the novel. There is a rubric, and this is where you submit the paper. It again will show you the rubric and the due date. If you turn it in a couple days late, I'm not worried. And in terms of the quizzes, I link those in the daily work. So let's say it's Monday. You want to do everything you were supposed to do for today. We will find a discussion. We will just find something to think about with the first paper. The videos I'd like you to view, and then the quiz. The quizzes are all supposed to be multiple attempts, which means you do them until you get the right answers. That also means you can look at the quizzes before you do the viewing and the reading for that day, because it will help you as a kind of a reading study guide, and then you can take them to help you learn the information that's important for that day. So when you take the quiz, in case you don't know how to work Blackboard's fun quiz stuff, you put in your answers. I got this wrong the first time. And society. And I'm just going to do this super quick because I don't want to bore you half to death, and I'm trying to make my time limit here. So you put in all of your answers, you click Save and Submit, and you have to click OK like 25 times. And then when you look at the answers, I clicked OK over here in the right-hand corner to see my responses. I actually got these all right with not paying attention. That would be ironic. But here you can see definition of disability studies. Yes, that was true. She became a trainer, not an architect. Oh, I skipped that one. And that sometimes I will actually tell you why the answers are true or false. Sometimes there is feedback. The case in this particular quiz is only right here, where it's because she didn't become an architect, she became a trainer. And you can find out what all of the correct answers were to kind of remember the information that will be on the test. And let's see, I'm rushing so much I might be overlooking something today. I think that is all that I need to show you, other than in the discussion board, I often write responses, and I often do that well before I grade the items. So as an example, today, Sarah wrote her thoughtful response, Mary Faith wrote a reply to her, and I also replied. Sometimes disability is invisible, and that can be fun too. So I just talk a little bit about my disabilities that make the grade book completely mysterious. The due dates particularly. Also, I value your conversations among each other as much as I value your initial posts. So if you go through and thoughtfully answer everybody's posts on Sunday, then you're doing as much work and learning as much probably as Sarah did in writing her initial post on Monday. So please read other people's posts, look for responses, and try to acknowledge when people do respond to you. Now, the very last thing, the points makes me cry. It has a list of our assignments, but the due dates are completely wacko. And I tried really hard to do this correctly, so I apologize, and I don't know why they're all goofed up. The only answer is that Blackboard is the devil. I will have virtual office hours tomorrow, and you can find out more about that in the today's news and also on the final copy of the ADA compliant syllabus with headers. So hit me up if you have any questions, and have a great week.